SFM Radio.
Hello, Claire.
Hello, how are you, Tony?
I'm very well. Now, tell me about New Year's honours.
New Year's honours. Well, they're coming round quite quickly now. We always get really excited at this time of year. I absolutely love it. You know, it's the Royal Honours are always a wonderful celebration of the great and the good and people of Great Britain. So only a few weeks to go now, and we're very much looking forward to it.
They have become slightly contentious over the past few years, haven't they? In as much as that they are the link with empire is not seen as being positive as it once was.
No, that's correct, and that's something that's certainly being addressed. I would say, the royal family and the cabinet office are aware of that. But I'm actually very grateful that, thankfully, the central part of the honours remains that it's the opportunity to shine a spotlight on those in Great Britain, no matter who they are, doing wonderful things and creating really positive impact for society that make Great Britain great, essentially.
And of course, the other thing, it's very much, I mean, some of the honours have been sort of, politicians nominating, people that they see as helping them. And others that are TV presenters who are, and people don't. I mean, I think an interesting one more recently has been Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman on Strictly Come Dancing. Now,
Yeah.
you could argue, and I don't feel strongly either way, so I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. You
Mm.
could argue that they are just doing their job, but
Mm.
the counter argument to that is that Strictly is one of is a money earning show for the BBC, and therefore they are part of earning the BBC that money.
Of course, you could look at it that way, but you could also look at it as Strictly Come Dancing is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, TV broadcasted TV show out of the UK globally. It touches countries across the world. It's one of those shows where the family sit down together every Saturday night looking forward to it. So actually, underneath it all, it's bringing families together, it's bringing community together. Again, a bit like the honours, it gives that real feel good factor, people supporting people, watching other people winning. So I think it's more with the honours. I do see what you're saying, and there is an element of celebrity culture in the honours, but actually it's the sentiment behind the honours that I think everybody values most. And I think 90% of the list, when you look at it, are ordinary, extraordinary people. I think it's the celebrities that get that, that get that glitz and the glamour because they're recognised. And equally, it's no bad thing that you've got celebrities bringing the honours to the forefront of everyday people's lives, because actually our recent research shows that only 23% of individuals know how to nominate for an honour. So I'm very grateful to those celebrities in a way for creating that media storm around the honours, because it reminds everybody that they are there. Everybody should be nominating the people that they care about, that are doing really well and creating that positive impact.
Now, this is going to sound more rude than it actually is. I know Alison Hammond, I know has become a very good presenter, and she's done a lot for diversity, in that she's never been shy. Again, she's been on Strictly of you know saying that things like size, etc., doesn't matter. But
Mm.
my abiding memory of Alison Hammond was being when she was originally a contestant in the non-celebrity Big Brother,
Yes.
standing on a table and going through it.
Yes, I remember that well. I remember that well. But equally, again, that's a wonderful story of somebody. I mean, Alison Hammond was, just like you and I one day. One day she was waking up and making her breakfast and going about her day-to-day life. But what she's actually done, she's granted it's via reality TV, but ultimately what she's done has put her on a pedestal and given her a microphone to be able to speak out about really powerful issues that challenge the UK and the people of the UK. And she's using that for good now. And again, that's the beauty of the honours system. It is giving people a voice. Having those three letters behind your name certainly give you that they instill trust with others, and they give you a voice. They make you a leader in your field, and you can utilize that to create a better world, create a better society. And Alison's absolutely doing that, whether or not she's falling through tables when she does it. It doesn't really matter as long as she's doing the right thing.
No, as I say, it sounds more cruel than it was meant to be. But that's what I'm sort of trying to say. What about sports people and musicians? Do you put them in the same sort of celebrity culture that we're talking about?
I mean, of course, I think, again, it's part of the honours system. Part of what the committees are looking for is individuals that are taking the best of British and putting it on the world stage. There is an element of us showcasing how great Britain actually is. Take David Beckham, for example. Yes, absolutely. He's very much a part of that celebrity culture, but he's captained the England football team. He's got 59 caps. He's highly successful, and what he has done is taken the great British name and the great British culture of football and taken it and shown the world and said, look at the remarkable people that we have in our country. And again, that is another pillar to the honours process.
Is there a downside to the honours process?
I wouldn't have thought so. No. Again, I think it's a real way for individuals that you and I would know, as I said, community heroes, carers, NHS staff, as well as the entrepreneurs, the eminent surgeons. It's a way for us to nominate individuals that we know are day to day going around making the world a better place.
What about the issues where people have been honoured and then found not to be as good as they might have been? Do you think we should be quicker to remove those honours?
Of course, we have seen in the past when individuals have gone on to let their country down, let their sector down, and they have gone on to have their honour revoked. And this is always appropriate. At the end of the day, if somebody has gone above and beyond in the course of their lifetime for the good, but has managed to undo that to that extent, then yes, absolutely, I'm in full agreement that they shouldn't be carrying an honour, because they're not representing the great and the good. They're not representing positive impact and positive change.
And I was trying to think, and of course, there are so many of these honours now, I can't remember who's been honoured and who hasn't. But I was just trying to think of who I would honour, and I couldn't really think of a single person. What about yourself?
I know plenty of people that I'd love to see honoured, and as I mentioned, we're aware that there are that the number of people out there that actually know how to nominate people is very, very low. But we've done some research recently that show that the British public would love to see more people honoured for things like service to the country, bravery, community service. But equally, we had a bit of fun with our research, and we wanted to ask the public who whether they were fictional or non-fictional they might like to honour. And we had names like James Bond come up, Paddington Bear, Mary Poppins, Doctor Who, which again just goes to show that not only are those sentiments very, very important at the heart of the British people, but equally, family, science, heroism are very much the kind of accolades that we'd like to see honoured. But equally, personally, I mean, we've got the New Year's honours coming up. I would love to see Professor Geraldine Wright honoured. She recently led a team of researchers to identify a superfood that could potentially save the bees, which we know are integral to us and the world for our food chains. And equally, we've got Dr. Victoria Rose and Graham Groom, those two incredible surgeons that flew out to Gaza, and they're currently working on the front line out there. But really, as we've discussed over the course of this interview, we know that there are plenty of celebrities out there that are doing wonderful things, and they might be at the front of our minds. But it's looking around at the people that locally to you and that are part of your circle, that you think, do you know what, you really are doing remarkable things. You're helping people, you're changing society as you go. And those are the kinds of people that we'd love to see applying for honours. And if anybody needs any help with that, but get in touch with us. We'd love to support you.
And how do they do that?
Well, you can visit the website for more information. We're on www.awardsintelligence.co.uk, and you can reach out, book in a call with myself if you'd like to, and I can talk you through how the process works, from downloading the nomination form, filling it out. We can help you with that also, all the way through to submitting it to the Honours Secretariat.
Thank you very much indeed for your time today.
Of course. Thank you, Tony.